GMOs in foods. Introduction of GMOs. What are GMOs? GMOs are genetically modified organisms. They are controversial because there's negative and positive effects, and some of those effects are still not known. So it raises the question, should GMOs be used in people's food despite the different risks? Some countries approve GMOs because they believe they can help the world in many ways. For example, many people in poor countries suffer blindness because they lack of vitamin K. Scientists have created a new crop called the golden rice crop, and it helps fight this because they are rich in vitamin K, and so it helps the kids grow up with healthy eyes. It can also fight liver disease by creating an edible vaccine. Scientists at Boyce Thompson Institute at Cornell University in Ithaca, New York, isolated genes from the hepatitis B virus that causes liver disease and split it into bananas genes. So when someone eats it, it produces antibodies against the virus and it helps stop it. It can also help fight starvation because crops can be modified to yield more food and they have insecticide so they wouldn't die as fast, and it can feed people around the world because millions of people are either starving or malnourished around the world, so GMOs can help with this. However, even though it can help the poor countries, some countries that are failing and their people are starving, they still won't accept this. For example, President Levi Mwansi of Zambia in Africa declines food aid because the food is quote unquote poison. They are so afraid of this that they even created myths saying it can transmit HIVs and AIDS, and they say it can hurt the economy, but the EU has stated that it would not, that they will still accept food from their crops. So people in Africa are so afraid of this, and they're even making myths, and they say it's bad from their own tests, which some other scientists say it was not done right. It can also affect the ecosystem. For example, a BT corn was near a field and some of the pollen had gotten into other crops and animals that ate it died, like caterpillars and butterflies. And gene flow can be a big problem because the genes can flow into weeds, which can destroy the global crops, and it would be hard to stop because it would have been edited, which is a really big problem. And it can also cause allergic reactions. Jane Rissler, staff scientist at the Union Concerned Scientists, states that adding different proteins from other organisms like fish can cause unknown allergies. It can cause unknown allergies, and people will not be able to trace those allergies because they are still not yet put in genetically modified foods. And because so many proteins are put into one part, and maybe some people are allergic to them. So comparison, the problem is that everything about GMOs can go wrong. The positives can become negatives, and that is a big problem, and the long-term effects are still not known. Solutions. My solution is to make organic foods cheaper so that everybody can afford them. The reason genetically modified foods were made was because of the cost of organic foods. It was a cheaper way of making them, but it can also become dangerous. Teammate A suggested that scientists should spread awareness about GMOs and how they are used. Then let them decide if GMOs are okay. Let the people decide if it's okay. Because some may not know much about GMOs and really don't know what to think about it, and are just listening to what the government is telling them or from other people that they know. My teammate B suggested that we reduce GMO usage around the world. And I think out of all the solutions, I think teammate A was a great one because it would be hard for the whole world to make a solution on how much organic food should cost and the reducage, because some countries really need it but some countries doesn't. So it's great to spread awareness, and my citation is this.